and welcome to my channel, Knotty Gnome Crafts. My name is Sarah, and you can find me as Knotty Gnome on Instagram. Whether you are a new or returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me, and today we're here to talk about my July sewing plans. And I just want to briefly share that I am not wearing anything handmade today. This is a ready-to-wear t-shirt that I got last year in the Nordstrom anniversary sale, so it's nothing special. Before we get into the July plans, I like to go over the previous month's plans and see if there's anything that I did not complete. There was one thing that I haven't finished, or I haven't made, and that is the rainbow stripe romper from McCall's that I was going to make. And I'll just refer you back to my previous June video if you want to look at those plans. I did not end up making that romper because I made the Celine jumpsuit out of linen instead, and I just felt like I didn't need a romper and a jumpsuit all in the same month, so I just did the jumpsuit instead of the romper. But other than that, everything else I have finished. I actually still need to sew up my needle sharp box, the Wixton shift top, but I believe that I'll have that finished in plenty of time before the month is over, so there was just one thing for my June plans that I did not end up completing. So moving on to July, if you've been following my channel for a while, for the month of June, I pledged not to buy any new fabric or patterns, and actually this month I have been so good that the only sewing related thing that I bought for the entire month was a ream of printer paper because I was getting low on paper to print off my PDFs to tape them together. That was literally the only thing that I bought sewing wise for the whole month of June. So I'm super proud of myself, and I'm kind of bursting at the seams with excitement for July that I can finally buy things again. So this plans video is going to be a little bit different than normal, but we'll just get into it. You might want to grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and sit back because I think this one's going to be longer than my normal plans videos. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is I will be receiving a needle sharp box in July, and I'm not going to go into the details because I got a few requests to do a full review of needle sharp, so I'm just going to wait to talk about my plans for that box until it actually arrives. But that is technically my first plan for the July is the needle sharp box. So the second thing on my list, July is my birthday month, and I will be the first person to admit that I am not a holidays or birthdays person. Like, I don't really care about celebrating things, but as a person who makes garments, any excuse to make something a little bit special is, a reason to just make a pretty dress, basically. So I'm going to make myself a birthday dress just because I feel like it and I want a pretty dress, and a birthday is as good an occasion as any to make something pretty. So this is actually the only part of my plans that I have everything that I need to make this dress already in stash. I'm going to be making the Vogue 1734, which is this beautiful woven wrap dress. It has flutter sleeves and it has a high-low hem. And I will actually be making the flutter sleeve version, but I'm going to lengthen the sleeves to be more like this length where it's almost elbow length, because I have discovered that flutter sleeves look better on me when they're a little bit longer. And I will actually try to show you the line drawings. There's two different versions. You can do like a normal, regular straight sleeve, but I'm going to do the flutter sleeve version here. And this is supposed to be a pretty easy dress, so I'm hopeful that it won't be take too much time or be too taxing. And the fabric that I have is from Style Maker Fabrics. It's this lovely rayon challis and kind of a sage background with these confetti dots, and in mustard and cream and navy. And I really like this fabric. It has a beautiful drape, but it's not sheer, so it'll be perfect for a wrap dress. And I just think that it's going to make an elegant and lovely birthday dress. So I want to make it this month. Number 3 on my list is the Papercut Patterns Palisade Pants. Now, I did make the shorts, and as I had talked about in one of my earlier Friday Sews videos, I think that I want to just draft my own pants from the modified shorts pattern that I made. And I'm going to be using this linen rayon blend. It's Brussels washer linen. It's a Robert Kaufman fabric that I got from stylemaker.com. It's a very deep, dark navy color, and I can't remember how much I have of this. I think I have 3.5 yards, or I have at least 3 yards. So I'm going to make the Palisade pants and also a matching top to have kind of a faux jumpsuit. So the pants I have figured out. The top, I'm not 100% sure which top I want to make, and I could actually use your advice if you leave me a comment and let me know if you've made either of these patterns or if you think one is better than the other. I'm a little bit undecided. So for the top, I really want to do a tie sleeve tank top. Or it's not, it's a sleeveless tie shoulder tank top. And I've just seen several ready to wear versions out there. I think Cezanne has one, and I just think that they're super cute and great for summer. So there's 2 patterns that I'm considering. One is the Sew Bake Make Nora tank. The thing that I like about this pattern is that it has several different options. So you can have tie straps. You can actually have removable ties, so it's like a regular tank top and you just cinch it in across the strap with the tie. And there's also a version that has a ruffle sleeve. It has a deep V and then like a regular like crew neck back. And the thing that I like about that particular pattern is all of the different options. So the removable tie strap is actually really appealing to me because you could technically have the little ties, or you could just take them off and have it be like a regular tank top. So I do like that option. The other option that I'm considering is the Vanessa Hansen Frankie Tanky. So what I like about this one is purely a tie strap tank. It has a V and then it has a little bit of a deeper scoop in the back. I really like that particular feature about that pattern. There's also cup sizes with the Frankie Tanky, so I think there's an A, a B, and then maybe like a double D cup. So that pattern is more size inclusive and versatile, and if it comes with an A cup, so I would not need to do a small bust adjustment, so that appeals to me. And also the Frankie Tanky has different finishing options. So I think you can do a fully lined tank, or you can do facings and maybe even bias. I can't remember right now, but there's different options for the finishing. So they are very similar in appearance, but there are some differences. I like that the Nora has different style options. I like that the Frankie Tanky has cup sizes, and it also has like that deeper scooped back. So I really don't know right now which one I like better. I'm actually kind of tempted to just buy both patterns and then do another comparison review like I did for the knit tanks. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing something like that. But yeah, one of those like tie strap tanks with the Palisade pants I think would make a really cute faux jumpsuit. And this navy is such a basic like neutral color in my wardrobe that I could wear them as separates with tons of different things in my wardrobe. So staying on the theme of this Brussels washer linen fabric, this is a 70% linen and 30% rayon. So it's mostly linen, but it does have a little bit of extra drape and softness to it, and I think it would make a perfect summer dress. When I got my new issue of Fiber Mood, one of the patterns that I immediately fell in love with is the Vicky dress, which is a gorgeous maxi pull-on loose-fitting dress. It has a tier, a gathered tier, and then it also has these horizontal pleats that add more detail. It has a super deep V, and it's not structured in the waist, it's unfitted, and it has a V back that you can see here. I just think that it is the perfect hot summer weather dress, and I think that the Brussels washer linen fabric is a great match for it, just on those like unbearably hot days when you just want something loose that just kind of flows over your body. So I think that when July hits, I'm going to purchase some of the Brussels washer linen in a lilac color. And if I remember, I'll try to insert a picture from online so you can see what the color is. I'm normally not a purple person, but lately I've just been getting into that pastel, like lavender, lilac color. I just think that it's so pretty, and especially for summer, I think that it would make a beautiful Vicky dress. Now, this is meant to be a maxi dress, and I am 4'9", so I'm gonna have to do something to make it shorter because it's as is, it's way too long for me. Now, initially, my thought was just to remove this first tier and have just this skirt. And I might do that. That would certainly be the easiest solution. But I really like the effect of the tier. I think that it just adds some more style to it. So what I'm thinking that I actually might do instead is, if you can see on the line drawings, there's two sections of these three pleats, like three pleated sections here. I might just try to remove one of the pleated sections. I think that might be enough fabric to take out of the dress to make it ankle length on me, or even like midi to ankle length is what I would want. I do not like my dresses dragging on the ground. I'm not a true maxi kind of girl. But yeah, I'll just have to play around with the pattern and see what I can do to make it work for my height. But I do think that the dress is lovely. The only other thing, actually there's a couple of things that I would do to this dress. It has a really, really low V, and I might try to raise it a little bit, because I don't mind a deep V, like this is fine for me, but I just don't want it to, like my bra to be hanging out. So I may end up raising the neckline just a little bit, and I also might add waist ties, because I need waist definition. Although it's like super comfortable to have those like tent dresses or the shift dresses that are really flowy and like unstructured, it just looks horrible on me. And so I'm gonna kind of probably construct the dress and like base the side seams and see what it looks like loose. But there's a really strong possibility that I might add waist ties just so I can bring it in to give myself some more shape. So that is another plan that for July is the Vicky dress from Fiber Mood. So the next two plans on my list, the patterns just came out like literally yesterday, and it is really testing my willpower to not buy them right now. I'm trying to wait until the end of the month. The first one is the Friday Pattern Company Saltwater Slip. I have wanted to make a simple black slip dress forever. I've thought about buying the Sewing Mason Sicily slip dress, or maybe just doing like a bias cut like hack of the Ogden cami and like lengthening it to a dress. I haven't made up my mind, but when I saw the saltwater slip dress, I really like that one because it is not cut on the bias, it's cut on the straight of grain. And because with a slip dress, you're often talking about really slippery fabric, I kind of just don't want to deal with the whole bias cut thing and the slippery fabric at the same time. So the fact that the saltwater slip is cut on the straight of grain appeals to me. And also, I wanted to be able to use this fabric that's in my stash. It's partially used, but I still have quite a bit of it left. It's this black rayon dobby that I got from fabric.com. I used it in my the McCall's top that has the big poofy collar. It's the Mallory top. I made it mostly white, but I have black accents, so I had a black collar and black cuffs. So I had 2 yards of this fabric originally, and I used a little bit of it for that shirt, but I still have about 1.5 yards of this fabric left. And so the saltwater slip doesn't take much fabric at all. The super long version, I think, takes just under 2 yards. So I don't have enough for that version, but I'm short, and I would probably ideally prefer the dress to be midi length anyway. So I'm hoping that I can squeeze it out of the fabric that I have available. I just think that a basic black slip dress is sort of an essential. You can actually wear it year round because you can layer it over things. You can wear it under things. I'm just really excited about making that dress, and I can't wait to buy the pattern. The next pattern that was just released yesterday is the Helens Closet Reynolds top and dress. I saw the sneak peeks that Helen had posted on her Instagram, and I was really intrigued by it. And the shape of the dress is just really lovely. It is such a simple design. It's a tank style dress with a square neck, and then it's basically a sort of almost like a swing dress. It flows over the body and makes sort of an A-line shape. and you can do knee length or you can do a midi length that has slits on the sides. Right now I'm totally obsessed with slits on my skirts because I don't know, it's just a big trend right now and I'm seeing it everywhere and it's very comfortable, and it creates a really beautiful line when you're walking to have those slits. So I'm very pro slit right now. The Saltwater Slip has slits on the sides, and the Helens Closet Reynolds dress also has slits. So I'm really into that right now. So the reason that I was so intrigued by this Helens Closet dress is that I just made the Butterick midi skirt out of Rifle Paper Company fabric, and I had talked about in that Friday Sews video that such a beautiful fabric, I think, is sometimes best showcased in a very simple design. And I have this other, it's the exact same fabric as my skirt. It's the Strawberry Fields Rifle Paper Company rayon. And I had purchased this to make a button-down dress with puffy sleeves. And although I think that would make a really pretty dress, I started to think that this fabric just needs an extremely simple design that just lets the fabric shine, and there aren't a lot of fussy details, you know, when it's not necessary. So I really like the Reynolds dress because, as I said, it is that just very, very simple design. You're really gonna let the fabric shine. It's gonna flow and drape over the body and be super comfortable for summer. And as I was saying with the Fiber Mood Vicky dress, the only thing that I would change probably is I would add waist ties so that I can bring it in at the waist so it's a little bit more fitted there. But otherwise, I just think that this will make a beautiful Reynolds dress. And this pattern, actually, I will probably end up breaking my no by June, because in the release sale, it is on sale right now for like 20 or 25% off, but that offer expires on June 30th. So I think I'm gonna buy the pattern on June 30th, but I don't feel like I've ruined my no buy pledge. I still feel like I adhere to the spirit of it. If I buy one thing on the last day, that's okay. But I am gonna actually stick to buying it on June 30th because I am so fickle that I might end up changing my mind and make something else out of this fabric. And so I don't wanna buy a pattern and then not use it. In fact, all of these things that I'm talking about where I don't already own the pattern, I'm gonna wait to buy the pattern until I am actually ready to cut out the garment. Because like I said, I don't want to buy a stack of patterns and then just have them sitting in my stash making me feel guilty. The point is to buy things to actually make them. So I'm sorry to go off on that tangent, but I think I'm going to make the Reynolds dress from Helens Closet out of this fabric. I had bought quite a bit of yardage because the original dress I was going to make was considerably fuller. So I'm probably going to have fabric left over, but I don't see that as a negative at all. This is one of my favorite prints. I'm sure that if I have enough left to make a top or something, I'm not going to be sad about that. Now you may be noticing that my plans list is longer than it normally is. In a normal month, I do try to limit myself to maybe 5 or 6 things so that I have a better chance of actually achieving all of those things. I'm going a little bit overboard, but like I said, it's because I haven't been buying things. And so these last 2 items I'm about to show you, I do want to make them. I'm putting them on my plans list, but they're a little bit farther down the priority list. So if I don't get to them, it's not a huge deal. I watch fashion videos sometimes, and there is an olive colored linen jogger that's from Nordstrom, I think, that's kind of been making the rounds on Instagram and on fashion YouTube. And it's just a really easy pair of pants that's super comfortable with an elastic waist, just like a normal jogger. It has elasticated cuffs, super comfortable to wear, but you can style it so many different ways. You can actually elevate it and make it appropriate for date night or even work, or you can obviously just wear it with like a t-shirt or a tank top and sneakers and it'll be super casual. So I really want to make a pair of woven joggers. Now, I have this washed linen fabric that I got from Style Maker Fabrics in olive. I originally bought this fabric to make a shirt dress, like a midi shirt dress, and I still really want that dress, but when I think about it, I do think that I would wear a jogger style pair of pants more. And so because I think I would just get more use out of pants than dress, I'm thinking about repurposing this fabric for the joggers and then, you know, later on down the road I can buy more of this fabric to make the shirt dress. So the pattern that I have been considering for this fabric is the Jolly Vanessa pants. Kim from Kim Gaddy Sews made the Vanessa pants, and then Crafty Mystic on Instagram just showed off her Vanessa pants, and I've been considering a few different patterns like the Love Notion Allegros, or there's Helens Closet has Arden pants that are all very similar in style, but I think I'm going to go for the Vanessa pants because they pretty much have the features that I want. It has an elasticated waist, it has a drawstring that makes it look a little bit more sporty. You can put elastic in the cuffs to make it like a jogger shape. And I also think, because of my experience with just sewing the Love Notions glissando, I think that their block is a little bit different from my body shape. So I'm hopeful that the Jolly pattern might be a little bit of a closer starting point for my body, hopefully, and maybe I won't have to make as many changes. So yeah, I think that I want to make myself a pair of linen olive joggers, and I think if I had those in my wardrobe, I think I would wear them all the time. But like I said, because they're pants and I have to be in the right mood to sew pants, this is a little bit farther down my priority list, but I'm putting it on there anyway, and if I don't sew them in July, I do want to make a pair of linen olive joggers at some point. So the last plan for July is the Ready to Sew Jazz ebook, which is a mix and match pattern with different bodices and bottoms, and you can make up to 80 different combinations of either dresses, rompers, or jumpsuits. So in one of my previous fabric hauls, I bought this linen slub fabric from Style Maker Fabrics. It's a 70% rayon, 30% linen, I believe, fabric. It's super drapey, and I love this emerald color. It's one of my favorite colors. It's just so gorgeous. And I had, at the time, wanted to make a faux jumpsuit that looked like the Paper Theory Zadie jumpsuit, like a wrap front jumpsuit. Now, since I made the Celine jumpsuit, I realized that I actually just like jumpsuits. So I think I just want to make a jumpsuit or a romper in the wrap style out of this fabric. And the reason that I picked the Ready to Sew pattern rather than the Paper Theory is because everything that I've seen about the Zadie jumpsuit is that it has a lot of built-in ease, and I'm actually worried that the smallest size of the Zadie would still be enormous on me, so I would need to like grade down in sizing, and I don't really want to do that. So I liked the Jazz because there's an option that you can make it look really similar to the Zadie with the wrap front and the wide leg pants, but hopefully I would have to do less, I'd have less fitting issues. Now, the only thing that I'm undecided about this pattern is I don't know if I want to make the full-on jumpsuit or if I want to do a romper, because we're heading into the hottest days of summer at this point. July and August and even September is pretty hot here, and I just think that the full jumpsuit, even though I think it would look really beautiful, I'm not sure that it would be that suitable, or I don't know if I'd wear it that much, because I think that the full-on pants might be too hot, and that I might get more wear out of the romper version with the shorts. And also, like with this color, I don't think that I would wear this, like the full jumpsuit, in the fall, really. I don't see myself wearing it that much outside of summer. So I think I'm talking myself into making the shorts version, but I don't know, because I do like the look of the full-on jumpsuit, but I do think I'd wear the romper more. So that's kind of like why this is at the end of the list, because I can't make up my mind about what I want to do as far as the pattern goes. But the nice thing about the Jazz is that there's so many different options that you know, I can make whatever I want, and I'm sure that whatever it is going to be wonderful. But yeah, that's why I'm sort of like holding off. I'm putting it on the plans list. I would like to do it sometime this summer. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get to it this month, because I think there's like 9 things on my list that we've just gone through. But yeah, that is my final plan for July. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the entire video. And let me know in the comments what you think I should make first, because I have a lot of things on my list, and I'm just so excited and ready to make some new things. And yeah, let me know which one's your favorite. I'll see you next time.